it's done. Sorted, George. Hey guys, if you can remember in one of the previous videos, we were looking at the accelerator rod that had been cut with a piece of thread bar welded to it, and also the kickdown that was cable tied to the accelerator rod bar. Well, what I've got a metre length of the old top secret tools, the thread bar. What I'm going to do is obviously cut it down to the length of the accelerator rod and the kickdown rod. Just for now, I know it's not too pretty, but it's better than what we've got, i.e. cable tie. Yeah, so let's go and take the bits and bobs apart and away we go. As you can see, what they've done is they've cut the original accelerator and welded on a little piece of thread bar, because the pivot point for the accelerator was about here, but they've had to extend it and put this union on here. Don't worry, I've already had this off, that's why it's loose. But what I need to do, because the pivot point for both the kickdown and the accelerator are at the same position, I now need to extend this kickdown to join here where the accelerator does. Right, let's get to it. Right, first things first, I'm going to put a little bit of tape around this, just so that I don't lose the amount of turns that it's on there, just so that I've got the length. That'll do, just to hold it there so it don't turn and I mess up my length of that. Right, should be able to just pull off this clip here, he says. Right, that's it, that's off. You can come off of there and you can go back on there so that I know where you are. There you go. Right, so that's that done. That's free. And now there's a split pin on that one. And this one's a split pin. Pull that out. There she goes. Cool. And hopefully that should go over there. Lovely. Right, that's them free. Right, one of the reasons why I wanted to keep those two together as they are, with that cable tie still on there, is because what it will do is it will give me this distance between the two pivot points on the separate rods, one to the accelerator, controlled by the accelerator, the other one controlled by the kickdown, or this controlling the kickdown. So I know by keeping that there, those two are going to be the correct distance apart, what's under the hood, and then all I've got to do is obviously measure this, and then I basically measure from there to there for this thread bar, and then obviously sort of measure it from here to here to do that one. Right, let's go and have a go, shall we? Right, so those two pivot points there are going to be, call it 4 inches apart. Let's get rid of this. Sorted. Well, that's threaded as well, that's good. Lovely. Undo that. That's fine, that'll screw on there. Just making sure. So we George. Right, set up for me measurement. What I've done is I've Obviously got this in the vise, but I've got a rag around it just so that I don't mess up or damage the thread on the rest of the bar. And the reason why I've got these two nuts on there isn't just as a measurement, it's also so that when it's cut I can unscrew one from this half and unscrew one from that half and keep the thread going. So jobbed. Right, as you can see now we've got the two bars here the same length, so I can disregard that one. This one needs to be screwed in just a tad so that I can get a nut on the end. Right, there you go, that's screwed down to the end. So if I just screw this back, that's now not going to go anywhere. So that's that end sorted. If I just screw this on approximately 13 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's that one sorted. And then what we've got to do is the other one. Now, unfortunately, with this one, the thread is actually smaller. It's not a M6, must be an M5 or something, but the as you can see the difference, a little bit smaller. But what I've got is another one of these. So what I'll do is drill that hole a little bit bigger for the thread bar to go through, and then we're okay. And in true YouTube fashion, it's done. Sorted, George. Right, now we'll go through that. That's brilliant. Job done. And now we can get crack on and measure all this lot. Right, so you've got pivot point to pivot point. Okay, so 9 to 13 there. Right, so there's your 4 inches. Okay, and that's obviously down there. But you see that little gold what's name behind there? That's as far as the thread bar goes in, so I need to measure from there. So from there is going to be a maximum of 8 1/4. So if I put that on there as the pivot point, yeah, 8 1/4. There you go. So that'll be a maximum up to the pivot point there, and then that's going to screw into a maximum there up to the gold. Right, lovely. And there it is, finished. Job done, nice and level. Put one either side as just to lock it in place there, and then there's your 4 inches pivot to pivot. Job done. All I've got to do now is bring it back on the car. Sorted, George. Lovely. La, 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 la. It's beautiful. Look at the colour on it.